And we're live on YouTube. Welcome to Bitcoin Trend Forecast or BitcoinTap.com's bi-weekly onboarding call, where I get to talk to you folks on YouTube all about the benefits of being involved with BitcoinTap.com. My name is Keith Hampton, and I am a customer of BitcoinTap.com. I've been very blessed to got introduced to the company back in almost 10 years ago now, when I was seeking solid, good quality information in the cryptocurrency space. It was quite frustrating in the early days trying to find good quality information that was non-agendized and it was very accurate, something that you can trust. And when I met Wendy and Marius Landman, it really changed my life because these people have integrity that's just through the roof. And Marius was a unique individual that developed amazing algorithms to be able to utilize his algorithms to predict the trends in Bitcoin and as well the altcoins. And that has really been invaluable for me as an investor in the crypto space, where I wanted to know where we are and where we were going. And the organization has grown a lot since those days. And I'm going to share my screen and show you a couple of things that might be a benefit to you so that you can see what I'm involved in. So just give me a moment here and I will just share my screen. So this is our basic website, BitcoinTap.com. And if you were just to open it up and go to the products and just click on all products, you will see that there's quite a lot of choices of high quality pieces of information here. Everything from forecasts on, excuse me, forecasts on the long-term trends of Bitcoin as well as the altcoins. And along with that, there's training and education as well, where you can take a foundational training course on how to be a trader. And this will focus on the basics as well as give you how to trade in shorter time frames if you wanted to do it as a business, like a day trading operations. Or if you're more like myself and like to trade on longer terms, I've taken the Ultimate Trade course, which gives me much, much more analytical tools to use, as well as I'm now using a new tool that Wendy Landman invented. It's called the HODLfire Indicator Bot. This bot works extremely well with all the other indicators that are in the marketplace for Confluence. So what I would recommend is that you decide for yourself what you're looking for. And you could reach out to us by going to our website, sign up for free on bitcointap.com. And and then you could send in a request or go through a quiz to find out what kind of investor or trading style that you might be. Um, and we'll be able to assist you. Everything that we do here, you get weekly calls with the trainers and educators and analysts so that you get a good idea of what's happening from week to week. Plus, you get weekly reports as well to show you what's happening so you can track everything. And that's the most amazing part. Because when we're talking cryptocurrency, for example, this is a Bitcoin chart on 3-day candles. Uh, this doesn't mean much to you and I, but this means a lot to me because I understand what these different patterns mean. But more importantly, what I want to know is the future. What's going to happen here? Are we going to be trending back up, or are we going to be just wobbling, you know, continually, or are we going to be heading down? And those are the key things that I need to know so that I can decide what I want to do with my Bitcoin, if I wanted to be taking profits in it or holding or maybe adding to my positions. These are really, really key areas. And this is also important when I get into the altcoins, where we have quite a range of movement in there. And I want to be able to maximize those profits. And so I really use this information on a daily basis. But I mentioned to you earlier that they have this amazing new tool called the HODLfire, and it's amazingly inexpensive. For $31 a month, you could utilize this tool on TradingView. And by the way, you can even sign up and get 7 days of to test this for free. just by going in and subscribing to the monthly. And then in the coupon area, just type in HODL Fire 7 and the $31 is automatically taken off, and you get to use the indicator for free for 7 days to work the bugs out. You also, we do lots of training videos on this, and we also do weekly webinars on this tool. So I'm going to give you a taste as to how it works. So what we have here is a coin called Bio, and these are 2 hour candles, 2 hour time frames. And what you're looking at is an indicator that's kind of showing you where the top of the trend is, that black top, and the bottom of the trend. So we call them pivots, pivot top and pivot bottoms. So I want to know when the bottoms are in and when the tops are in so I can trade in between these. So how I utilize the tool is really quite easy. I'm looking for a bottom and a top, and then going up. So here at the front of the chart, we have a blue bottom pivot. That means it's a unconfirmed bottom. There takes time to have a confirmation come through. So when it turns black, so that's what it means. These indicators give you 80-90% accuracy, but no indicator can be 100% accurate. So how I would use this tool, if we go in the past and just show you how I would have used it. I've seen the movement here, pivot top and then a pivot bottom. Once I see the pivot bottom, I'm looking for a buy tag. And once I see this buy tag, then I know that there's a higher probability that this trend is going to reverse and go back up. So at that point, that's where I would enter the market when that buy tag came in. And then I always want to manage my risk. So I automatically set a stop loss just slightly below the, or maybe right at this bottom pivot. Remember, it's a temporary one back when it was still the first candle. Now I'm only risking this much money of my investment. So let's say if I had $1,000 on this trade, I'm really only risking about 7%. So that's the whole idea behind this is risk management in your investing. Now, as this coin starts to move up, what I then do is I move my stop loss up as it's going up. So when it gets up into this range, I would set my stop loss to first break even and maybe into a stop profit. But as soon as I get a top pivot come in, that's when I exit. And you don't always get out at the right time, but just be conservative. Let's say I got out at this point in time. So then we would see how much profit I would have made. And in his case, we've got about 29% profit with could have been a 7% loss. So that's a risk reward ratio of about 4.2. Anytime I can get 3 to 1 or greater, those are great trades. Those I'll make those all day long. And that didn't take very long. We were only talking probably about 1 day to lock in 29% profit. So that's kind of how I would use this. So if I was playing this coin a little further on, and guess what? We see another bottom pivot come in. We see another buy tag. So we would enter again. We would set a stop loss. And we would have gotten out at the pivot top or closely thereafter. And we would then have made another profitable trade where you would have made another 18% and your risk on your capital was about 9%. So again, that's a ratio of 2 to 1. Those are very good trades. And this coin is running really, really well right now. So we've gotten a bottom pivot and we got a buy tag. So I would be back in on this trade right here. I'd have had my stop loss set right there. And now I'm just watching the coin. And as it goes up, I, of course, raise my stop loss to 0 and then into profit. So at the start of this trade, I would have had it at risk, again, about 6%. But because this coin is running, if I'm in this trade, I'd already be up with a stop profit up in this range, which would give me locked in profit of about 8%. And as this continues to climb, I just continue to move the stop loss up, giving it room to breathe. So in case it takes me out. So this coin has been running really, really well. And so right at the moment, I would have locked in a nice 19% on this trade. So that's how I use this indicator, just it by itself, without any other indicators that we have. With the training and education we have, there's many other indicators that we use to help us in this area. So I wanted you to see just how easy this trading can be and how you can manage risk. And that is the most important thing. We have so much here to offer, and the key is education. You need to get started with education because cryptocurrency, blockchain technology tied in with artificial intelligence and robotics is going to completely revolutionize and change almost everything that we have in our world today. So it's very important for us to dip our toe in the water and start getting a better understanding as to these tools and how we can utilize them and maximize our profits. And honestly, from every analyst that I've dealt with and checked out, all of them indicated that the cryptocurrency blockchain space is going to outperform every other investment in the entire planet. I'm talking it'll outperform the stock markets, commodities, real estate, you name it. It is the future. So this is the opportunity you have to make the wealth that you want. And this, I think, over the next 5 years will be that perfect opportunity. So I honestly wish that you delve into this and try out some of this information, and I think you will be very, very pleased with what we have to offer. So with that, I'd like to thank you all for being on the call here this morning. And I'll do this call again Mondays Mountain Standard Time. I think it's 6 p.m., which will be I think around 5 p.m. in Los Angeles, and about 8 o'clock in the New York time. So look forward to having you on the call, and we'll see you next week. Take care, everybody.